All right, Nadia and Kevi, hand to you.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, teachers, students, and environmental change makers. Welcome to Ecoshare S02 Climate Change 2025.
We're so thrilled to have all of you here today, whether you're tuning in from schools, institutions, or organizations. Thank you for being part of this initiative to spark conversations and actions for a more sustainable future.
All right, I'm Nadia.
And I'm Kevi, and we'll be your MCs for this exciting webinar as we explore the challenges, solutions, and opportunities around climate change.
Next slide, please. All right, thank you. Before we begin, a quick housekeeping reminder. Please make sure your microphones are muted unless you're speaking during a session, and feel free to engage in the chat respectfully throughout the event. A reminder from the timekeepers. The whole presentation should only last for 10 minutes. A bell will ring one time when 5 minutes are left. The bell will ring twice when 3 minutes are left, and the bell will ring 3 times when your whole 10 minutes are up. Can we have an example for the bell? All right. The bell will be ring later.
We also encourage you to switch on your cameras and don't forget to prepare your questions for the Q&A later. This is your chance to interact directly with our speakers. Next slide, please. Be sure to fill up the attendance form by scanning the QR code that is presented on the screen. Do take note a post survey will be sent through WhatsApp and Zoom chat box. Please make sure to answer the survey individually for an e-certificate.
All right. Previous slide, please. Okay. Thank you. To officially kick off Ecoshare S02, we are honored to welcome our keynote speaker, Dr. Nur Saidatul Raja bin Zamzam Amin, Director of Education Policy Planning and Research Division, EPRD from the Ministry of Education, Malaysia.
Please give your full attention to Dr. Nur Saidatul as she delivers the opening address for this important conversation on climate change in 2025 and beyond.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all participants, students, teachers and esteemed guests from Malaysia, Kenya and also Singapore. It is with great pleasure that I extend my warmest greetings to all of you. I would like to begin by thanking the organizer of this webinar, the Green Growth Asia Foundation, for inviting me to officiate the second series of the Global Eco Schools Exchange webinar, this time focusing on climate change. Following the success of Series 1 on biodiversity held in April this year, this continuation clearly shows our shared commitment across schools, across nations, to building a more sustainable world through education and student-led action. The Ministry of Education, through the Educational Planning and Research Division, firmly supports efforts that nurture learners who are holistic, resilient, globally aware, and future-ready, as outlined in the Malaysia Education Blueprint 2013-2025. Today's Ecoshare reflects our aspirations to embed education for sustainable development, or ESD, into our education system through active, inquiry-based, and student-centered learning. It also echoes the core of our national education philosophy, which aims to develop individuals who are intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and physically balanced and capable of contributing to the well-being of the environment and society. Ecoshare also strengthens the implementation of sustainability within our national curriculum by providing a platform for applied learning where students don't just learn about climate change, but actively participate in addressing it. Ecoshare initiative directly supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, especially SDG 4 for quality education, SDG 13 for climate action, and SDG 17 partnerships for the goals. Furthermore, Ecoshare also aligns with UNESCO's Greening Education Partnership, or GEP, which calls for greening schools, greening learning, greening teacher education, and also greening education systems. By engaging students in real-world issues, fostering cross-cultural understanding, and empowering young voices, this program clearly contributes to greening learning and towards the vision of making every learner climate ready by 2030. Eco Schools is more than a program. It is an initiative led by students who take ownership and act within their schools, their communities, and increasingly across the globe. Today, we will witness presentations from 16 eco schools, each showcase inspiring efforts from climate audits and awareness campaigns to innovation in waste management and energy conservation. These are not just school projects, they are manifestations of youth leadership and global citizenship. You, dear students, are part of a growing international youth movement for sustainability, and your voices matter. Congratulations to all participating schools for your passion and perseverance. I sincerely hope this platform will spark not only knowledge exchange but long-term collaboration between schools and countries. Let us continue working across borders and generations towards a greener, more sustainable future. And with that, I am honored to officially launch the Ecoshare Series 2 Climate Change 2025. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you to our keynote speaker for that powerful start. Now we'll move into our presentation segment where we dive deeper into climate change, its causes, impacts, and most importantly, solutions led by the youth.
Let's hear from some of our participating schools who have prepared short presentations and initiatives they've been working on to combat climate change in their communities.
Up first, we have Kabira Road Pride from Nairobi, Kenya, presenting their project titled Greening Our School.
Good afternoon, everyone. But in Kenya, it's good morning. Yeah, this is teacher Catherine from Kaberia Road Primary School, and we are privileged to be participants of this initiative. And our topic was greening our schools, and in particular, we were focusing on tree planting as a key strategy. With me, I have my 5 pupils, and shortly, very fast, they're going to introduce themselves.
My name is Sophia David.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I will give my first participant, that is Virginia.
I'm going to talk about problem statements. Many schools struggle with inadequate greenery, which leads to poor air quality and less attractive learning environment. A lack of trees reduces the opportunities for students to learn about sustainability and nature. Our school also faces the same challenge, causing heat and discomfort. If not addressed, our school compound will remain unhealthy and less conducive for learning. Thank you.
My second presenter.
Today I'm going to tell you about objectives. So the point number 1 is promote proper waste management through sensitization, plant and maintain trees within school compounds, increase awareness among students and teachers. And that's number 1. Recycling organic waste as manure and reusing plastic containers on planting flowers and vegetables. Point number 2. Awareness campaign through the environmental and the pocket lab. Number 3. Environmental day, an event where students plant trees around the school compound.
My next presenter.
Results and impacts. increase in numbers of trees within the school, increased students and teacher awareness of environmental conservation practice.
I'm going to tell you about monitoring and evaluation plan. Tree tracking. We have recorded the current number of trees and identified planting areas. We have monitored tree survival rates, progress assessments. We have used before and after photos and collected feedback after 3 months.
Yeah, thank you very much. That is what we had from Kabiria Road Primary School. But what I would like to say is that this is a very good initiative that we have started, and I'm very happy for the Ecoshare to be a member and participate in the Ecoshare program, whereby we are going to green our schools, and especially here in Kabiria Primary School, we want this school to be a school that is comfortable for the learners. We want this school to have a clean environment, and I want also to impact the knowledge and skills to these learners so that they are able to take care of their environment. They are able to be part and parcel of the climate change. As you realize that there's much that is happening in this world about the climate change, and unless we disseminate the information up to the school levels, then we are left to do very little as grown-ups. So that is my hope, and that is what I have purpose as the environmental teacher. I'm going to continue engaging my children both in the primary section and even in the junior school, so that we can make this environment of our school a better place for everybody to learn. If I look around our school, we have got planted trees, whereby these trees have acted also as habitat for birds. We have seen birds, a number of birds being many in our schools. We have also seen some monkeys visiting our school, which is very encouraging. We have also seen teachers taking their children out to learn, and they go and sit under the trees, which is very, very important. A change of environment from classroom setup to an outside setup, that is very important to our learners. I have also realized that everybody now is coming on board in our school to make sure that our trees are taken care of. The 4K club members and the environmental club members are very busy every other day, watering our plants and taking care of them and mulching where it is possible, and even training those that maybe could be abandoned in one way or another. And I'm very happy that the children have taken this project and this activity very positively. And I wish and I pray that the Ecoshare, we are going to learn more on how we're going to be part and parcel of this initiative, so that we can make our schools a better learning place for the learners. And I'm very happy to be among the Kenyan school to participate in the Ecoshare. And I should say that I'm privileged to be part and parcel, and we are going to work together. We are going to journey together to make sure that our schools become learning places, and children would love to be in schools that got a very good environment, schools that are beautiful. If you visit our school, Kabiria, just right from the gate, you can feel even the atmosphere changes, because we are all surrounded with the trees, and that one makes our school very beautiful. It makes our environment very beautiful also, and children are learning more. Again, also, the learners have to learn how to take care of these trees just when they are little. We don't need just to plant and just leave them like that. I'm training on them on how they should nurture them. By the time they are leaving this school, 4-5 years to come, every child here will have a tree that she planted and she has taken care of until the end of her school term. So let me again take this opportunity for inviting us to be part and parcel of the Ecoshare, and I feel humbled as one of the schools in Kenya to participate. Thank you very much. Unless there is question, I am ready to respond. Even my pupils are ready to respond. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kabiria Road Fry. What an inspiring initiative. Up next, we have SMK Katari from Pahang, Malaysia, presenting their project titled Hydro Magflow.
Please do note that the timer option is unfortunately we have some technical issues. So please make sure to be aware of the chat. Thank you.
Share. Share. Sure. Cikgu share. Send. Saya request. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day everyone. It is a pleasure to be here today. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak. My name is Muhammad Azafar from SMK Kitadi, Malaysia. Today we're going to talk about our eco-school project, which is hydromethod. What is hydromethod? Hydromethod is a soilless cultivation method that continuously channels nutrient-rich water from biofloc fish farming pond into a hydroponic plant channel using a magnetic power pump system. So our project is based on these 7 problem statements, but I would like to focus more on climate change. Because this project offers ultimate solution for this climate change issue. Next, I'm going to pass this presentation to Amisha. She will explain more about our action plan.
Thank you, Asma. Our first action plan here is reducing greenhouse gas emissions. The conventional agriculture and livestock farming release significant amounts of greenhouse gases, especially CO2, CH4, and 2O. These greenhouse gases are released through the use of chemical fertilizers, diesel power machines, and livestock waste. So, the solution here is hydromethod. The biofloc system uses beneficial bacteria to break down fish waste, reducing methane and nitrate emissions. There are no chemical fertilizers are used. Instead, plants absorb nutrients directly from biofloc water. The magnetic pumps use low energy or renewable energy sources. It is reducing reliance on grid electricity, which produces CO2. The result of this is wide adoption of the system can significantly reduce the carbon footprint of the agri-food sector. Now, my friend Sakti will continue this presentation.
Thank you, Amisha. Well, another ways of how this project can help with the climate change is that it can contribute to an efficient and sustainable water use. Well, we all know that drought and water crisis caused by climate change are making conventional farming for harder to sustain. This is because traditional agriculture wastes up to 70% of water to irrigation and soil absorption. The hydromatic fog offers the solution, ensuring the hydroponic system recycles nutrient-rich water from the biofloc to irrigate plants. Now, what is biofloc? Biofloc is a closed-loop system that does not require frequent water like a regular aquaculture. As a result, hydromethod saves out to 90% more water compared to conventional farming, which is making it ideal for drought-prone areas. Next, hydromethod also can help to reduce the usage of fertilizers and chemical pesticides. Agricultural chemicals such as chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides are the threat to our biodiversity. This is because chemical fertilizers release nitrous oxide, which is a potent greenhouse gas that 300 times stronger than carbon dioxide, while chemical pesticides will pollute soil and water, which is that can contribute to a climate change. Hydromethods offers an effective solution by planting plants which will absorb natural nutrients that present in biofloc water. Hence, no need pesticide since the hydroponic system is salt-free and weed-free. As a result, hydromethods is an environmentally friendly and safe for human ecosystem. For the next point, I will hand over to my friend Julian to proceed.
Thank you, Sati. Next, I would like to explain how hydromethods can help with carbon sequestration through plants. So today, climate change is getting worse because carbon emissions are rising while green areas are shrinking. This is mainly because deforestation for farming, which reduces the ability of nature to take in carbon dioxide. So hydromethods offers a smart solution. It supports growing plants in hydroponic system where the plants will absorb carbon dioxide to photosynthesis. This system can also be used in small or urban spaces like rooftops, parks, or schools. As a result, a community-scale hydromethods unit that contributes to urban carbon reduction. Next, I would like to have my friend Aisha to continue. Thank you, Javelin. Next, hydromethods helps to improve food security. So, climate change disrupts food production. This leads to price spikes and food supply shortages. To address this, hydromethods offers a solution that combines fish farming and vegetable cultivation in a single integrated system. It requires only a small space yet produces a high yield. This system is simple enough to be managed by individuals, schools, or communities. More importantly, it provides a continuous food supply, regardless of weather conditions. As a result, hydromethods empowers communities to be self-sufficient in food, which is essential during climate emergencies. Now, my friend Mawada will take on the presentation. Thank you, Aisha. Finally, hydromethod represents a climate-friendly farming model for the future. This is because it's capable to withstand extreme climate challenges such as droughts and floods. In addition, it generates lower carbon emissions by using eco-friendly technologies, specifically our magnetic pump system. Moreover, the model can be enhanced through integration with IoT sensors and solar energy. As a result, hydromethods stand as a climate-smart agriculture solution, one that supports long-term food security and sustainability for future generations. As we reach the end of our action plan, I would like to focus on activities that we did throughout the making of biofloc. Firstly, we conduct workshops and training for the hydroponic and biofloc system. Secondly, we also monitor and assess changes in temperature, water quality, fish and vegetable growth. And thirdly, we also treat pond water biofloc system with organic matter. Next, I would like to pass to my friend once again, Muhammad Asfar.
Thank you, Mauda. Thank you, Mauda. So let's take a look at the result and impact. So as you can see, these are all our results from this project. But I would like to highlight the point number 3, which is reduces and stabilizes the microclimate temperature around the point 8 SMK Ketari. If you can look at the left, you can see the graph monitoring and evaluation plan. These are the temperature difference. These are the temperature difference. If you can see the blue graph are the location 20 feet from the point. And if you can see the orange one, the orange graph are the temperature around the point. So the difference between the blue graph and the orange graph are very apparent. So based on this result, we can see that hydromethod is more than a solution. It's a symbol of what is possible when innovation meets purpose. By turning waste into value and challenges into opportunities, we're not just protecting the planet, we are building a future where sustainability is within everyone's reach. Together, let's choose action, choose impact, and choose a greener tomorrow. That's all from us. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, SMK Qatari, for that amazing presentation. Up next, let's welcome SMKP Sri Aman from Selangor, Malaysia, presenting their project titled Eco Telang.
Let's start with a question. What does climate change look like to you? To some, it's rising sea levels. To others, it's heat waves, floods, forest fires. But climate change isn't just about distant images from documentaries. It's here, it's now, and it's personal.
We feel it every day in our weather, in our food prices, even in the health of our friends and family. Climate change is no longer a prediction, it's a crisis unfolding in real time. And yet, when faced with such a massive issue, most people feel powerless. They think, what difference can one person make?
Let's be real. Climate change is approaching a staggering rise, and nothing seems to be working despite all our efforts. It all sounds enormous, almost untouchable. But what if I were to tell you that fighting climate change doesn't always start with massive policies or million ringgit projects? Sometimes it starts with a flower, a small blue flower you've probably seen before, growing quietly in backyards across Malaysia.
Now, if someone asks, what difference can one person make? Imagine telling them that this flower can make a difference.
And that's where our story begins. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shivani.
And I'm Shasmita,
And
we
we're
are
proud to represent
SMK
SMK Sri Aman. Today, we present our Eco Schools project, Eco Telang. Small petals, big change. It may sound small, almost inconsequential, but it's precisely in the overlooked corners of nature and student action that we found power.
This is more than a school project. It's a step towards sustainability, rooted in student leadership, community awareness, and the fight against climate change.
Let's walk you through the step-by-step journey of our project as seen in the poster. Step 1. Identifying the problem. We conducted a survey and found that our community regularly uses products without knowing of the environmental impact they carry. Everyday items are regularly made of non-biodegradable materials like synthetic food dyes, chemical-based soaps, and artificially colored drinks, often containing non-biodegradable or toxic substances such as tetrazine, sodium lauryl sulfate, and petroleum-based additives. These ingredients are not only harmful to health and the environment, but also contribute to long-term pollution. These toxic chemicals, which are unethically obtained, contribute to the rising issue of global warming. Now, this gave us the need to do something to bring about change that puts us in the right direction. And this brings us to step 2.
Step 2. Brainstorming solutions. As a team, we brainstorm eco-friendly, student-led solutions to combat this hefty issue. We wanted our idea to be realistic, impactful, and sustainable, which would inspire those in our school to support this into making this change. And then it hit us. Eco Telang. This initiative takes regularly used products that are harmful to the environment and replaces them with handmade, eco-conscious alternatives. Eco-Talang isn't just eco-friendly, it's practical, rooted in local tradition, and scalable.
Step 3. Planning and implementation. When we began the planning phase of Eco Telang, we knew we wanted to create something sustainable, local, and meaningful. The butterfly pea flower, or bunga telang, quickly became the heart of our initiative. It's a vibrant, biodegradable ingredient that offers multiple eco-friendly applications, from being used as a natural food coloring to a soothing agent in skincare and even as a nutritious drink base. It proves that sustainability can be both safe and effective. What makes our project truly special is that we didn't just use the plant, we grew it ourselves. Last year, members of our Eco School Committee, along with the Girl Guides Club, planted butterfly pea flowers in our school garden. Since then, we've taken great care of the plants, watering, maintaining, and harvesting them responsibly to ensure a long-term supply for our products.
With our harvest, we began developing eco-friendly products under the Eco Telang label. One of our proudest creations is the Eco Telang soap, a handmade, natural soap infused with butterfly pea flower extract. We first introduced these soaps by placing them in our school toilets. The response was overwhelmingly positive. Students, teachers, and staff all noticed the difference in quality and eco-consciousness. But our biggest milestone came when Public Bank invested in our product, purchasing 3,500 bars of Ecotelang soap. This was more than just a financial achievement, it was recognition of our hard work, our product's quality, and our mission. Our team dedicated days and nights to fulfill this order, and the outcome was extraordinary. Not only did this generate income for the school, but it also helped promote sustainable, locally sourced products to a much larger audience to Public Bank's customer base.
Beyond soap, we also wanted to create student-friendly products that could promote our project within the school community. So we held a school-wide sales week, introducing butterfly pea-infused puddings and ice cream Malaysia, a nostalgic local treat made with a modern eco twist. The response was amazing. We sold out within the week. Students were curious, supportive, and excited to see a sustainable ingredient turned into something fun and delicious. Most importantly, it opened up conversations about sustainability in ways that felt accessible and relatable. All of this came from careful planning, creative teamwork, and a belief that sustainability can be both practical and powerful. We didn't just create these products, we created awareness, participation, and a sense of pride within our school and beyond. Step 4, reflection and continuation. We took the time to reflect on both our successes and areas for improvement throughout the project. One key takeaway was how collaboration, planning, and adaptability played an important role in achieving our goals. Our project involving Bunga Telang wasn't just a one-time initiative. It was designed with long-term impact in mind. From planting and caring for the flowers to exploring their uses in eco-friendly products like natural dyes and tea, we developed a sustainable and repeatable model. We believe this project can easily be continued and improved by future students, allowing them to build upon our foundation and further promote environmental awareness within our school community. Step 5. At the heart of our project is a truth we hold deeply. Even the smallest actions can send shockwaves of change. A flower, a conversation, a single student's effort. These are ripples that become waves. We're just students, but that doesn't make our actions small. In fact, it proves something even greater, that you don't need power to make an impact. You don't need to wait to be older, richer, or more experienced to stand for what matters. Through this project, we've learned that leadership begins the moment you choose to care deeply and act courageously. This was never just a science experiment or a sustainability task. It was and still is a movement, one rooted in awareness, grown through purpose, and reaching far beyond the walls of our classroom. We didn't just plant seeds in the ground, we planted ideas, values, hope. So now, we leave you with this. What will you do today, not tomorrow, not one day, but today, to build a greener, fairer, more sustainable future? That's all from us.
Thank you, SMK P. Aman. Next, let's welcome SMK Puchong from Selangor, Malaysia, for their project titled Reboot the Earth, SMP E-Waste Recycling Movement.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. Very good afternoon to everyone, to dear teachers and our dear friends, and a very warm welcome and thank you to everyone so much for being with us today. My name is Alicia.
And my name is Chanzi Yin.
And we will be the representatives to talk about the e-waste recycling movement that is happening right now in SMK Puchong. So every project needs a problem statement or a factor to start with, right? Do you guys agree? Send a thumbs up if you guys agree. So as you guys can see here, these are our problem statements for our school. So first off, we have improper disposal of e-waste. So guys, e-waste has lots of different metals that are very harming to the environment, such as lead and zinc. So the improper disposal of e-waste by students, this is caused by the lack of awareness about the dangers of e-waste to the environment. So this has become a major issue and is being prioritized by us to solve it. So what are our actions to counter these problems? We have 3 objectives in our action plan. So first off, to raise awareness in the school community about the harmful effects of improper e-waste disposal on the earth. Second, to encourage responsible e-waste management, not only by students, but also teachers and staffs. And third, to ensure all collected e-waste is handled by a licensed collection center approved by the DOE, also known as the Department of Environment. So other than that, through our actions, we are also fulfilling the 17 Sustainable Development Goals indirectly. So the SDGs that are involved are SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, SDG 13, Climate Action, and SDG 17, Partnerships for the Goals. So moving on, as you guys can see here, we have also hosted activities such as promotions during school assemblies verbally and promotions through e-posters. So you guys can see here, there's an example of the pictures. These are the activities that we have done. So for the e-poster, it is actually for our school's e-waste collection campaign. And this was done on the 2nd of July, 2025. And for the collection campaign, we have put tons of collection bins around our schools in strategic locations, such as the teacher's room, office, and also Block F. So basically, Block F is our daily assembly point before we get to class. So our part, as part of the objective is to ensure collected e-waste is handled by a licensed and verified collection center. We have also collabed with a recycler company, ERTH, or Electronic Recycling Through Heroes, for disposal of the e-waste collected. So you guys can see here, number 2, collection. So we have also collaborated with our Club Pencipta Alam, or our Nature Living Club from our school. During our e-waste collection day, they have helped us. And other than that, we have also done e-waste collection, e-waste separation, collection, and data monitoring periodically. So this process will be explained by my partner Nancy, and it is up to you.
Thank you, Alicia. Hi, everyone. So on my part, I will now explain about how we handle our monitoring of e-waste data and evaluation. So after collection, we start off with recording the total weight of e-waste collected of each drive. So how do we do that? So we separate the e-waste by its category, then measure the mass of each book in each category. After that, we do verification and documentation. We ensure that all e-waste items are verified and documented before the process of recycling and disposal. So with this, we then send our e-waste to the ERTH company, as mentioned by Alicia just now. We also record and monitor the payment given from ERTH for each batch of electronic waste. So through evaluation, we succeeded in evaluating the reach of awareness activities through workshops and school assemblies. So how is this done? So for example, in workshops, we give pre and post workshop surveys to see the students' level and their shift in understanding before and after the workshop. So these surveys can also drive the students to involve themselves more in the said workshop. Besides that, we also monitor the active involvement of EcoSchools ambassadors in leading the project, organizing tasks, and promoting awareness to the school community. This is important so that the support from the whole school community for this project is always encouraged. And before we conclude, I would like to share with you guys on the results of our e-waste project, which can be seen here.
On the right.
On the right side, okay, so through our e-waste projects, okay, so through our e-waste collection, we have collected around 173 kilograms of e-waste. This is just like saving approximately 249.12 kilograms of carbon dioxide emissions. And this is equivalent 2, driving a petrol car for 1,300 kilometers, charging over 30,300 smartphones, planting 4 trees and letting them grow for 10 years, and powering an average Malaysian household for 46 years. So, 46 days, sorry. So based on the results, it is proof that our e-waste project has significantly left a great impact on the environment. And that's all from us, SMK Puchong. Thank you for lending us your ear.
Thank you, SMK Puchong. Now let's welcome SMK Seafield from Selangor, Malaysia for their project titled Tiffin It.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manray, together with my partner Heben, and we are from SNK Seafield, Malaysia. Today, we are excited to share with you our project called Tiffin MBG, also known as Money Back Guarantee, a student-led initiative that's helping us reduce single-use plastics in our school canteen.
MBG is also a system where students are encouraged to bring their own reusable tiffins to reduce plastic usage.
When they bring their tiffin the next day, they return the token and they get their money back. So basically what I'm talking about is that if the student doesn't bring their tiffin on the first day, they would have to pay a charge of 50 cents and they will receive a token. And the next day, they can redeem the token and get back their 50 cents back, which is very efficient.
This system is run every school days, not just on specific days. And to keep it fun, we use different token color themes each week. Just remember, lost or old tokens can't be refunded.
Why did we start this? At SNK CPU, we noticed a huge amount of plastic waste in the canteen. Many students were using disposable containers daily. We knew we needed to act. So we created Tiffin to promote eco-friendly habits and support our eco-school program.
It's not just about money, it's about changing behavior. We want to build a habit of bringing reusable. That's why this program involves all lower secondary students, which are Form 1, Form 2, and Form 3.
Behind the scenes, we've set up a system for monitoring and evaluation. Our Eco Club members manage token distribution, track redemption, and cooperation with the canteen staff. Each class has an eco-school representative who updates the data daily, like how many students brought tiffins and how many had to pay the plastic charge. We review this data weekly and meet monthly with our coordinator. Speaking about data, our project was originally founded in 2024, and since 2024, our data did not reach our expectations, and this is what caused us to create our new project, which is MBG, that is money back guarantee.
And the impact is visible. We have collected data showing how plastic charges are decreasing as more students bring their tiffins. The canteen bins also show less waste compared to before.
In the future, we plan to expand this program to include more students levels and even involve teachers and our staffs. Our long-term goal is a fully plastic-free canteen by 2027, in line with Malaysia's 2030 plastic-free target. And if you're asking me, can you elaborate more about Malaysia's 2030 no plastic-free target? This plastic-free target, it encourages everyone to stop the usage of plastic, and by 2030, Malaysia is trying to aim to bring public awareness and to ban single-use plastic. And Malaysia will also try their best to have a better recycling system in the future.
And by avoiding single-use plastics, we are also contributing to climate change mitigation, reducing landfill waste and the greenhouse gases produced during plastic manufacturing.
As next steps, we'll be creating sample graphs to show trends in charges and redemptions, collecting testimonies from students and staff, including photos of students proudly bringing their tiffins. As in our presentation, you can see our data for week 1 and week 2. As you can see, we started our data 2 weeks ago, and that was our start of MBG. And in the presentation, we also have photos of the Machi canteen and other students also supporting our project.
Tiffany proves that even a small idea can make a big difference when students take the lead. Thank you for listening, and that's all. Let's play our part in going green.
Thank you very much. much.
Thank you, SMK Seafield. Next, let's welcome SMK Aminuddin Baki from Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, for their project titled Smart Pantry.
Thank you. A very good day to everyone. We are from SMK Aminuddin Baki. To present our project, the Smart Pantry. I'm here, Disha.
I'm Shireen.
And I'm Arvin.
Okay, so did you know that Malaysia wastes over 16,000 tons daily and it's equivalent to 100 and blue whales? The major reason for this to occur is the exceeding of expiry date, which is stated in the new Straits Time news. So, to overcome this problem, the current solution that they have out there is monitoring the food waste manually, and it's inefficient and also it's time consuming and easy to forget. There are also solutions such as storage, and it's in a large household scale. To overcome all these problems, we introduced our project, the Smart Pantry.
We designed our project. We designed our project. We designed our project with four main objectives in mind. Firstly, to reduce food waste and environmental impact. Second, to ensure food safety and public health. And to promote cost efficiency and sustainable practices. After careful planning and discussions, we came up with the Smart Pantry. The Smart Pantry has two main components. Firstly, the software aspect of the Smart Pantry. The software aspect of the Smart Pantry is connected to the hardware through Bluetooth. This provides real-time data from the temperature and humidity levels so that users can view the temperature and humidity levels no matter where they are. Arguably, one of the most important features of our app is an expiry date tracker. What does it do, you may wonder? Well, an expiry date tracker allows users to key in foods upon purchasing them and to monitor their expiry date. This prevents food from expiring and prevents food wastage from ending up in landfills. As for the hardware aspect of our solution, we have integrated an LCD display to allow users to monitor the temperature and humidity levels even when they're at home. For even easier monitoring, we have also integrated a traffic light sensor. And the function of this traffic light sensor is when it's green, it indicates that the temperature and humidity levels are good, and when it's red, it is bad and the food has to be shifted to some other place. As for our target market, we target, can you guess? It's you, the end consumer. Households are some of the largest contributors to food wastage, and thus we target our project to the end consumer. However, in the future, we plan to build a larger scale version of this to be used on a commercial scale in restaurants and hotels. For the components of our project, we use an infra board, a traffic light, temperature and humidity sensors. We've also used stuff such as Bluetooth and battery and an LCD display. For the budget, our project comes in at a cost of 55 ringgit only. This is after adding an additional 15% revenue of pure profit. There are many advantages to this project, such as maintaining the quality of food storage, promoting a healthier lifestyle, monitoring food, saving time and money, and most importantly, reducing food waste that is ending up on landfills all across the world.
Now, this is not our final plan. In the future, we plan to integrate computer vision to automatically scan and identify food items. This will enhance convenience by reducing manual input and improve user experience. Next is voice integration, which includes voice assistants to provide a hand-free option for disabled users. And lastly is integration with grocery apps to automatically update inventory, streamline pantry management. Next, how does our project relates to climate change? Food waste accounts for around 8 to 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions, according to our research.
The smart pantry reduces food waste, which is a major cause of climate change. When food is thrown away, it ends up in landfills and releases methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. By helping users track expiry dates, suggest recipes, and monitor food conditions, Smart Pantry ensures food is used before it goes bad. This reduces the need for extra food production, saving energy, water, and resources, lowers the carbon footprint. It also supports the global goals like responsible consumption SDG 12 and climate action SDG 13, encouraging greener habits at home. As for our impact, is to lower the cases of food poisoning caused by expired food, encourage sustainable daily habits, lower the amount of expired food that goes to waste, reduce food waste in household, increase cost savings for users, promote sustainable living, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions. As for our result and impacts, by helping 53.3% of users reduce food waste by 10 to 30%, and 56.7% said that they rarely throw away expired food, the smart pantry, which the smart pantry had helped them lower methane gas emissions from landfills, contributing to the fight against climate change. The smart pantry has improved users' habit with 28.9% now planning meals based on available food and 21.4% only buying what they need. These smarter habits reduce overbuying and encouraging more mindful sustainable food consumptions.
Thank you, SMK Aminuddin Baki. Now let's welcome SMS Rajatun Aslan Shah from Perak, Malaysia for their project titled Crumbs to Comeback.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to esteemed judges. It is truly an honor to be with you today. We are proud representative from Sekolah Menengah Sains Raja Tun Azlan Shah. My name is Khairul Syada binti Muhammad Syariman, and together with my teammates, my name is Aina Kasuna,
and my name is Muhammad Hazi.
We are excited to present to you our project titled From Crumbs to Comeback with the theme Climate Change. We are also grateful for the opportunity to share our hard work and ideas with such a distinguished panel. Without further ado, let's begin. So there are two sustainable development goals that has been applied in our project, which are number 12, responsible consumption and production, and also number 13, climate action. So the main issue or the main problem in our school is actually the food waste. Most of students tend to throw away their unfinished food or food that they doesn't like in the dustbin. So we took the initiative to transform the food waste into something more beneficial product, so that there are no more excessive food waste in our dining hall. But you must be wondering, what is the connection between the food waste and climate action? For information, food waste is connected to climate action even in schools. When students throw away their uneaten food, it not only wastes money and effort, but also contributes to environmental problems. That food will be sent to the landfills, produce methane gas, which leads to climate change. By reducing food waste in school through composting, awareness campaigns, or careful meal planning, students can take part in climate action, helping to lower greenhouse gas emissions and also protecting the planet in the future. So it shows that even a small action or small steps can actually make a huge difference for the environment.
And for the part 2, action plan and goals. To solve this issue, we've come up with strategic action plan with 3 main goals. The first, to raise awareness among students about the negative impact of food waste on the environment and society. And second, to educate students on how to turn food waste into the useful product like compost or biodegradable packaging. And lastly, to to empower students to take leadership roles in environmental sustainability projects. Towards these goals, we hope to create responsible, eco-conscious students who can contribute actively to saving the environment.
Okay, so next I will be the next presenter to present to you our methods to preserve food waste. First of all, our first method is zero waste corner. By supplying a table or a fridge, students can place their clean, untouched food or unwanted foods at a specific place. With that, we can preserve food with the intention of donation or sharing. We will prepare a paperwork to ask permission from our school co to use their beverage refrigerator to to as a place for students to use them and store the unwanted foods or the untouched food. Next is the from waste to wrap. We can turn food waste into biodegradable plastic from starch-rich scraps. For example, potato peels, because potato peels can be used as an alternative for glue. Next, aside from that, we can make mushroom-based packaging using leftover grains. Leftover grains can be used as the growth base for mycelium, that is a root structure of mushrooms. Mycelium then grows into a food-based packaging that will uh, that are that are flexible and compostable. Therefore, this idea will help us to reduce the usage of harmful plastics.
Now I'm going to move on for the activity. So we can look at the first one, which is trash to treasure. You guys must be wondering what's the definition behind this word. So the word trash is actually from the word food waste. So the word food waste will be turned or converted into fertilizers. So the fertilizers are made from the food waste, which are eggshells, banana peels, vegetables, and many others more. But you must be wondering when us or the students will be use the fertilizers, especially when we are living in our boarding school. So we came up with this one more idea, which is one student, one tree, and one future. So each student in this activity, each student will be plant their own tree using the fertilizer that has been produced. So for this fertilizer, we'll be using the bokashi method, which is more effective and easier for the school level. This will also reduce the cost since we don't need to buy the fertilizer from the outsiders and we only need to use the fertilizer that are made from our own school. This also can make our school environment more greener and healthier.
Welcome to monitoring and evaluation plan. And first, what to monitor? We want to monitor the student participation. We take the attendance from the student that is involved in this program. We record how many students join and actively contribute to the composting and tree planting activities. And for the second, compost progress. Our own compost team will measure the total weight of food waste that has been collected every week. And for the lastly, fertilizer output. At the end of the project, our own compost team will measure the amount of compost that have been produced to convert into the compost.
Okay, that's fine. And lastly, I will be discussing the result and the impacts of our methods. Firstly, Zero Waste Corner will build community by encouraging food sharing habits among students. It will also cause daily food saving by teaching students the value of food and how to reduce waste. Secondly, from waste to wrap will cause the reduction of plastic among school community. Aside from that, this will also teach students to become innovative and climate-friendly thinkers. In result, this idea will help students to become more creative and will create smart and sustainable solutions that will benefit the environment and fight climate change. That is all from us. Thank you for lending your ears. Have a great day.
Right, thank you, SMS Rajatun Azlan Shah. Lastly, let's welcome SMK Thamantun Dr. Ismail from Wilayah Persekutuan, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, presenting their project titled From Dump Site to Delight, OSIS Therapy Garden.
Hello? Does your school have a disregarded area? A corner where people dump trash irresponsibly? Well, that was the case for us. Hello and good afternoon and morning to my fellow Eco Schools. I, Talisha, Eco School representative from SMK TTDI from Malaysia, will be presenting our project From Dump Site to Delight, the Oasis Therapy Garden. It all started with a space in our school that used to be known as the English Garden. It was disregarded and slowly became a dump site for unwanted trash. It became an eyesore. Without a team maintaining the garden, it was certain that it would not last. Hence began the development of the Oasis Therapy Garden. Our vision was simple. We wanted to turn the area into a peaceful, green space where students could unwind, reconnect with nature, and learn about the importance of taking care of the environment. At the same time, we wanted to raise awareness about pollution and how it affects us every day, even in small ways. The first step in the redevelopment of the garden was cleaning and restoring the greenery. We removed all the rubbish and started thinking about how to make the garden more meaningful and lively. And that's when we came up with something you might not expect. Rabbits. Yes, actual rabbits. We came up with a brilliant idea to make a petting zoo with rabbits that can contribute to not just student satisfaction, but also as a way to educate and sustain the garden. For starters, it was benefited the students as a way to unwind during a pressuring day in school. Other than that, the rabbits benefited with their waste being used as fertilizers for the plants, and some students even took interest in raising rabbits themselves. We didn't stop there. We brought in new plants like roselle and water spinach, both of which are easy to grow and have real uses. We also reuse dead plants and turn them into compost, or use them for other eco purposes. Slowly, the garden wasn't just clean, it was alive. But we knew a project like this couldn't just be one and done, so we made sure to monitor it properly. We tracked how many rabbits were raised each month to avoid overpopulation. We kept a record. We kept a record of how much rubbish was still appearing around school, and most importantly, we involved the school community, students, teachers, staff to get feedback and make them feel connected to the space. In transforming a neglected dump site into a vibrant oasis therapy garden, we didn't just clean a mess. We created a living, breathing example of how small local actions can address much bigger global problems. This garden shows that combating pollution doesn't always require grand gestures. Sometimes, all it takes is reclaiming a forgotten corner and giving it a new life. By restoring a greenery, practicing composting, and using animal waste sustainability, we've reduced the school's carbon footprint in our own small way. Healthier plants mean more carbon dioxide absorbed and less waste going into landfills. What started as a project to beautify our school involved into a meaningful contribution to fighting climate change, showing that sustainability, education, and well-being can go hand in hand. The Oasis Therapy Garden reminds us that even the most disregarded spaces can be part of the solution. With awareness, care, and community effort, we can all turn pollution into a purpose and climate anxiety into climate action. Thank you.
A huge round of virtual applause for all the schools who have presented. Your commitment is proof that the future is in capable hands.
Now it's time to open the floor for discussion. If you've got any burning questions from the earlier presentations, now's the chance.
Feel free to raise your hand using the Zoom function or drop your questions in the chat box. We'll be reading and responding live. Any volunteers?
If you guys have any questions, please don't be shy.
Thank you. So from us, SMK Qatari, may I know what's the objective of your project? Calling SMK Qatari?
So the objective of our project. So the objective from our project is to make the school area more cooler. You see, because the land breeze.
Can you give
Can you give me a time to to think the answer? Thank you, thank you.
Okay. We'll go move on to the next school first and we'll come back to you.
All right.
Okay, SMK P3 Ahmad, can you share your soap making process?
Oh, we're so glad you asked. So to start off, we made it in batches as we did not have the equipments to make it in one go. So what we did was we take the soap, 1 kg of soap, and we would melt it, but using double boil. So using that liquid mixture, we would pour it into a beaker, which then we would add fragrances, which comes from our bunga telang or butterfly pea flower extract, and also add in olive oil as it's good for your skin and has multiple benefits overall.
As Shivani mentioned, after we make the mixture, we pour them into silicone molds that are made out of recycled materials, and then we let it sit. After about an hour or two, it'll harden, which makes it possible for us to take the soap out. And in the end, each soap is around 30 grams, making it an ideal shape for a butterfly pea infused soap. So that basically summarizes our soap making process.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, SMKP Sri Aman. Now, can we get back to SMK Kathari?
Yes, hello. Hello, thank you for the question. So I think our objective is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and with that climate changes can be stabilized.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we'll be reading Cik Najha's question for for Kenyan School. May I know what kind of trees you planted?
Miss Catherine, are you here?
Indigenous trees, avocado, banana, fruit trees. No.
We have a variety of trees that we have been planted, but mostly we are doing the indigenous trees because we want also the children to learn about them. Also, we have done the fruit trees like the avocado, the oranges. We have also done the bananas. We also want the children maybe to learn to have the fruits when the trees mature. We have planted trees like jacaranda. We have planted trees like many more. Thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you, Ms. Catherine. Next, for SMK Tamankun, Dr. Ismail, can we know how did the two activities done, which was raising rabbits and garden recovery, help achieve your main goals? And can we also know why you went with your name rabbit, raising rabbits?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Hi, sorry. To repeat my question, how did the two activities done, which were raising rabbits and garden recovery, help achieve your main goals? And my second question is, what inspired you to name your activity Raising Rabbits?
Okay, so rabbits were chosen because they are gentle, low maintenance animals that provide both emotional and environmental benefits. Their calm nature makes them ideal for a petting area and helping students relax and relieve stress during their recess. At the same time, their waste is a natural fertilizer, making them part of sustainable cycle that supports plant growth in the garden. This also creates a hands-on, living example of how animals and nature can work together in a harmony, promoting both mental well-being and eco-awareness.
All right, anything else? Would you want to add anything else? SMKTTI? Okay, it's all right. Okay, so next, back to the Kenyan school, Miss Catherine. Someone asked in the chat box, who takes care of the trees during school break?
When we have closed the schools, we are organized with the club members. We divide ourselves, how many children or who is going to come maybe on a Monday, another group to come on a Wednesday, another group to come on a Wednesday. That is during our vacation. That is the way we continue taking care of the trees that we have planted. Also, we have our ground person. We work together with the ground person in our school who help us also to make sure that over the vacation, the trees are well taken care of. Thank you.
That's really nice. Thank you, Miss Catherine. Okay, to SMK Seafield, what are the biggest challenges for your team while implementing the MBG approach by going zero plastic in your canteen?
Hi, so our biggest challenge while implementing the MBG is one of them is that the students they don't cooperate much. Like for example, we do make an announcement every week, but the main thing that we're facing is that the students would not bring their tiffin at all.
The Machi canteen also does not take it seriously. She just does it when she has the mood. That's all.
That's all for us.
Okay. Next, actually, to ask again, what steps did you take to like overcome those problems?
So to the question, since school bag is heavy, I think that bringing your tiffin.
We made an agreement with the Machi canteen to sign so that she makes sure the thing goes as planned. And we also make sure the students bring their tiffin every day by doing the money guarantee, so that they have like they feel more encouraged to bring it every day.
Okay,
Yeah,
another question to another question to SMK Seafield from SMK Qatari actually. To SMK Seafield, our question is, since the school bag is already heavy, is there any way that can be helped to lessen the students' burden bringing the tiffin, since the tiffin is known to be like quite heavy sometimes? Any answers to that?
I mean, it's their choice. They can bring it in their personal bag or anything else, or up to them. They can even just bring the tiffin and buy the food from the canteen and eat it through the tiffin. As long there's no plastic involved, that's all.
And also adding on, just as what my partner said, they can bring their tiffin and they can buy the food from the canteen, and the makcik canteen will pour the food into the tiffin, which will make it much more easier for them, and they don't have to carry so much of weight.
All right. Thank you, SMK Seafield. Next, to SMK Puchong. E-waste is interesting, but where in your curriculum you learned or related with your project?
Okay, so there is a relation in our curriculum for RBT, Reka Bentuk Technology. So every projects from lower forms, form 1, form 2, form 3, they're going to do like projects like aquaponic or like making the fans. So like for example, if there are any scraps of the batteries or the wires, we can use that for our e-waste project. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, SMK Puchong. Next, the question is directed to SMS Rajatun Azlan Shah. How do you plan to promote your project?
Thank you for the question. In my opinion, we are going to promote our project to the through advertisement, which is we have our own Instagram account. We can check out in Instagram, which is Stratas Eco School. So through that, we can tell all the schools and tell all the world that they can buy our products. And for your information, I would like to explain a little bit about our bokashi method. So for your information, for bokashi method, we are going to use effective microorganism. Okay, you can see here. So actually, effective microorganism, or we call it as EM, is actually helps the method helps the method so that the soil will be more healthier and the plant will grow better. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next to Kabira Road Pride. What sets your campaign apart from the others, in your opinion? Miss Catherine?
Pardon? Hello?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
they
we
asked
can
us
hear you.
to repeat the question.
Oh, okay. So, my question was, no. What sets your campaign apart from others, in your opinion?
Ever campaigns they have our project is different from the rest, as in we greening the schools, and most of the time the children are in the schools. Vacation are very short here in Kenya. They just go maybe for 2-3 weeks or 2 weeks sometimes, and we're back to school. So most of the time the children are in school. So that is why we are greening our school. And again, to avoid a lot of dust. Remember, when the children are many in our schools, they're very many. So when they trample on the ground, you can imagine how dusty the ground will. So we are trying to make sure that we have the trees that will offer even the shade even during the rainy season. They will also protect our soils from being washed away. So I think that is the special thing about our project, Greening Our School. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Miss Catherine. Okay, to SMK Qatari, how big do you think your project can go? Like, can it turn into something like big in the business world? Any opinions?
Thank you for the questions. For that question, what I can say is I can guarantee you our project can go to international level, because not only do we sell the fish, we also sell the vegetables, so that it can be our source of income for our school. That's all. Thank you very much.
All right, that sounds amazing. Thank you, SMK Qatari. Next, going back to SMK Aminuddin Baki. Is your team project's output is being commercialized? Your opinions on this?
Could you ask
Sorry, to repeat my
could we ask
question,
the
is your
judge to
team
elaborate on
project
his question a little bit more?
okay. All right. So basically what we're trying to explain here is your team project's output, basically like the output of your team project, the final product of your team project, is it being commercialized enough in your school?
So for our project, it comes with an app and a hardware system, and it can be used in many places such as a canteen, and it can even be used at home. Our main target segment is the end consumer, as you know, but there is no things limiting our projects from being used in restaurants, hotels, or in school canteens. So in that aspect, our project has a very big commercial scale, and it can be expanded into a very big business also in the future. As with even a larger profit margin, its cost is still low and is still accessible to many people.
Okay, so thank you so much. Um, Sorry, from Mada, can you specify which school your question is directed to?
It's our school actually.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there's a question. There's a lot of food waste from the dining hall. May I know how you manage that amount for your project?
Yeah, sure. First we are going to sort out the waste from at the stores. So we are going to set a labeled bin for edible leftovers, organic waste, and non-compostable like plastic wrappers and etc. Does that answer the question?
Okay. Does anyone have more questions, or they want to like add something to their project or anything?
So actually, SMK Aminuddin Baki would like to share some data. Is it right, Cikgu Tong?
Yeah.
Alright, then I will
Alright.
stop sharing. So you
Sharing the
may.
data. Honor.
Okay. You may share screen. Yep.
Okay. Is there a mic on? Yeah.
Is it present? So we wanted to clarify some more about our project since I think what we presented earlier was not really clear about it. So we have made surveys based on the based on our activity plan. So here are the responses from it. Some of the questions that we asked are how do they use the smart pantry in their daily routine? Like how often do they use? And they use daily because, as you know, our app consists of an expiry tracking date, which is in calendar form, which makes it easier for the users to look at the expiry dates. The second question that we asked in our survey was how the smart pantry had helped to reduce the amount of food waste produced in the household. And the responses were all very good. And that's pretty much all on how it has helped to reduce the climate change. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much to all of the schools for your questions. Does anyone want to add anything? Okay, then we'll end the Q&A session right here. Okay, so okay. All right, everyone. Time to stretch those brains and maybe even have a little fun.
Yep, that's right. We're handing the mic over to the amazing Nilasni and Erin from SMK Pastry Ahmad. They've prepared a super engaging interactive session for all of you. So don't be shy.
Get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even win something. Over to you, Nilasni and Erin.
Thank you, Nadia and Kevi. Hey everyone, welcome back to Ecoshare 2025. We hope you're feeling energized and inspired because our next activity is all about bold action, collective hope, and shaping a brighter future. That's right. We're going to talk about building a better, a greener, kinder, more united world that starts with us. This next session is called the Green Pledge, and it's going to be a little more reflective, deeply meaningful, and incredibly interactive. You'll be working together on something truly special, a shared vision board. This isn't just about pretty pictures, it's a powerful tool made up of your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams, and your pledges. By the end of this, it'll be transformed into an inspiring, interactive online experience that we can all carry forward. Now, we will give you a link to a whiteboard where you can add your ideas and answers to the prompts. This is a chance to express what you truly care about, what you hope for, and what you're ready to do, all in the name of a better world. Let's make some magic happen. So now you can access the link to the whiteboard in our chat. If you guys have any questions on accessing the whiteboard, please let us know through the chat. Our tech team would love to help you. Let's start by asking a crucial question, or our first prompt. What global issues or challenges do we currently face that demand urgent change? Think broadly, think deeply. Think about it. Climate change, poverty, pollution, discrimination, inequality, conflict? What worries you about our world today? What keeps you up at night? Take a moment to truly feel that. You have 10 minutes to add short phrases or keywords to the shared vision board that represent these issues. You can also upload images or pictures that powerfully symbolize those challenges. These aren't just decorative, they are visual anchors for our shared concerns. This is our reflection space. Get real, get honest. Let's take a look at what's broken before we dream of how to fix it. This is about acknowledging the shadows so we can bring in the light. Now, you have 5 minutes to add your answers into the whiteboard. Your time starts.
The question is, what global issues or challenges do we currently face that demand urgent change?
So for the MC who's currently screen sharing the access for the Zoom for whiteboard. So SMKTTI said we are having problems accessing the whiteboard. So please help on this.
Um, okay, there on your screen you can see a pencil sign down there. So you just click that and you can access the whiteboard. You don't need to really click on the link. You just need to click on the pen.
The pen, you can find it on your screen. It's called Annotate.
Can all the schools access the whiteboard?
We repeat that you can find the pencil on the edge of your screen on the bottom left, and it says Annotate.
Um, we're going to give you another 5 minutes extra so you guys can draw on the whiteboard.
Just an update, you guys can also draw on the board. It just doesn't have to just be words, okay?
Wow, so we see a lot of answers so far, like deforestation to build more apartments, climate crisis, climate change.
Deforestation from SMK from Pansriaman. Then we have lack of funds to sensitize the people on climate change issues, ignorance,
Gender inequality, funds, plastic in oceans from SMKPTDI, food waste crisis.
so many ideas actually.
I see that many of you have put your answers into the whiteboard. Thank you so much for that. Now that we've reflected on the present, let's shift gears and dream big. Close your eyes for a moment.
And what does the world you want to see look like? What kind of communities do we live in? How does nature thrive? Imagine a world overflowing with joy, equity, and sustainability.
The prompt for this round is, what is the world we want to see in the future? Let your imagination soar.
Add your hopes and ideas to the shared vision board using words or pictures. Think green cities, thriving ecosystem, universal equality, lasting peace, bold innovation, and harmony. What imagery comes to mind? What feelings does it evoke?
This is your future. Build it with your imagination. This isn't just a wish, it's a blueprint for a better tomorrow.
Here, this will be your second prompt. You can type in your answers into the whiteboard we have provided. 10 minutes will be given for you to give your answers and your time starts.
I have seen I have seen many answers on the board now. Okay, so by SMK Qatari, sustainability are no longer goals but everyday realities. From people and nature live harmony. Beautiful, safer, friendly, equal, coexistent with animals and nature, peaceful. A world with less noise pollution, safe waters. From SMK Puchong, a world with more natural habitats for animals. No more campaigns to create awareness, we are all aware. From SMK Perempuan Sri Aman, a world full of greenery and no pollution. Nice. Green energy, green energy. I love that. We can also see some drawings. I think that's a giraffe. I guess. Some trees. There's an car there. And a leaf. Oh, I think there's like people standing together. Okay, so in a while, we are going to ask for volunteers to explain what they have written down. So you guys will just react with the raise hands button and we will call you. Okay, I see SMK Perempuan Sri Aman raise their hands. Okay, so what do you guys think about it?
So we would like to volunteer to explain our drawing. All right, so for the first question, when we had to draw about global issues, we drew deforestation and forest fires because living in Malaysia, we have a haze going on right now, and it's affecting everyone's health as well as our school lives, and it's making it a million times hotter. So not the best. So for a world we would like to see in the future is a world full of green and no pollution. We have a very weirdly shaped giraffe drawn and a bunch of trees that are not burning. So that is the world we'd like to see in the future. Thank you.
Can see the giraffe. Okay. Okay, SMK Rajatun Azlan.
Okay, so for our school, which is United in Action. So this due to the fact that for the future, I would like to see the countries working together, but not in competition. So young people should empowered to lead with purpose, care not only about the future, but also about others and the planets. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Anyone else? Maybe we can have the last volunteer. So there's about almost less than a minute left, and we would like to hear the opinions of one more school. If anyone would like to volunteer, feel free. Yes. Okay. Catherine Noroje.
Okay.
Get unmute. Okay.
Okay. In Kenya, I want to explain what we have written. So we have written beautiful, because in future, if we take care of the environment will be beautiful and pleasant. Safe, it will be safe because we will be taking care of the animals because that is a part of the world. So we are gonna take care of the animals and it will be safe. Friendly, we will be we will be friends with the animals and the world because we'll be taking care what we have been given. Like the trees, we'll take care of the trees, and that will be friendly for the animals. Because while doing lumbering, we always cut the home of the animals, and that won't be friendly. So we take care of the environment of the animals, the forest, and that will be friendly. While doing that, we will live equally in the world, you see? And then consistent with animals and nature. So we will work together with the animals. We will do our cause in the world. And then peacefully, we will live in harmony and peace. If you go to the forest, you always hear the birds chirping, and that always makes me to be emotional, and that will be peaceful. So, and then the world will be less noisy because the world will be peacefully and not noisy, and there will not be any noise pollution because the world will be safe. And then while taking care of the environment, the water of the rivers, streams, springs, ocean will be safe, you see, because we're taking care of the world. It will be safe for drinking, for using, even for other uses like washing clothes, and it will be safe and the world will be greener and more safe. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your opinion on that. Now we'll call upon one more school, our last school before we go on to our next prom, SMK Katari.
Hello, thank you. So we wrote sustainable are no longer goals, but everyday realities, and no more campaign to create awareness. We are all aware. So we want to create a future where dreams are no longer dreams, but normalize things in everyday life.
Thank you, SMK Katari.
You're welcome.
Thank you for those who have volunteered and to everyone who added their idea to our whiteboard. Now comes the most powerful part, your personal pledge. This is where vision meets action. We've reflected, we've dreamed, now we act. What concrete step are you ready to take? The prompt is, what personal pledge or action will you take to contribute to this change? This isn't about grand gestures, it's about meaningful steps, big or small. Think small or big. Use a reusable bottle, carpooling, joining a climate campaign, educating others, planting trees, advocating for social justice, volunteering. Every action counts. Every single one creates a ripple effect. Add your pledges to the bottom. And if you want, include a photo or a symbol that represents an action. Make it yours and own it. This will be your last prompt for today. You will be given another 10 minutes to add your answers on the whiteboard. And your time starts now. Hi guys, to make it easier for us to identify which school you're from, please add your school's name at the bottom of your answer. Okay, from SMKC field, you guys said spread awareness on social media and plant more trees. Yeah. So here we also have volunteer for any eco activities from SMKTTDI. And then plant more, plant and care for at least one tree in my lifetime and speak up against injustice and stand for those who are silenced from Sarata. Cooperate with the environmental change makers globally. Plant 2 trees for every 1 tree cut. Kibiria School. And participate in climate change-based environmental. From SMK Pucho, you guys said apply 5R in our daily lives. Continue to educate yourself about the environment and treat others equally despite our differences. From Scientists. Then we also have a plant from Surata's Earth and a plant. And this is, I think, related to law. Yeah. So you guys have about 3 more minutes to add any final touches. Once again, for this round, we would also like to hear your opinions on this prompt. So if you would like to volunteer, just raise up your hand and we will call you. Thank you. Okay, so the time is up. Anyone would like to volunteer to give their opinion? Guys can raise your hands. You don't have to be shy, by the way. Mm. Do you guys mind if we just call upon a random school? Okay, so why don't we try hearing from SMS Rajatun Aslan Shah?
Okay. Nak itu yang first itu second.
So for our first point, plan and care for at least 1 tree in my lifetime, we thought that at least we volunteer to take care of one plant, and actually it will um
Experience.
it will act as an experience for us to at least
Feel responsible.
to feel responsible and take care of a tree.
For the second point, which is I will speak up against injustice and stand with those who are silenced. So for this point, we all know some people live near to dirty water and smoke from factories. So they may not be able to speak up their problems, right? So I will help them by raising awareness and standing up for clean, healthy and happy places for everyone. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, next, we would like to hear from SMKC Field. You guys can explain more about your answer.
Hi. So, sorry, but can you repeat the question again?
We would just like you guys to explain a bit more on your answer.
All right. So, on my first point is spread awareness on social media. For example, is by making videos and content and spreading it on social media so that many people can get the motivation to maybe they can like for example like planting more trees. So we can make content about the benefits of planting trees and what is the what like
What are the
like
purposes of planting trees?
yeah, what are the purposes of planting trees and how does it benefit our environment and the climate. Thank
Thank
you.
you, SMKC Field. Now, for our last school, we would like to call upon SMK Puchong to explain their personal pledge.
Okay, so apply 5R in our daily lives. So basically, the 5Rs: reuse, reduce, recycle, reuse, repair, refuse, rethink. So by applying that in our daily lives, it would improve our lives drastically, and continue to educate ourselves about the environment because there's lots of people who lack the awareness. So I think it would be a very good action if lots of people are getting more awareness from this about these issues, about these changes, and treat everyone equally despite our differences because there are lots of problems there are lots of problems about racism. There's lots of fights, wars going on. So we should really try to incorporate all of this in our lives. Thank you.
Wow, just look at that board. So many voices, ideas, and commitments from all over the world coming together to envision and build a better tomorrow. Before we transition, let's take one last moment. We invite anyone to add any final words, reflection, or powerful images that truly resonate with you. Your voice matters, and this board is living proof of that. 1 minute will be given for you to add any final touches that you would like to share. You guys can add more drawings to design part. Yes, Miss Catherine?
Well, our slogan is one tree, one child.
Can you please repeat that?
Our slogan is one tree, one child.
Okay. Now that we have co-created something truly meaningful together, a testament to our collective power, it's time to take it beyond this room and share it with the world. Whether it's your personal vision, a photo of a specific action, or even a snapshot of this entire vision board, let's turn this into a global ripple of inspiration. Imagine the collective impact. Remember, a battle begins with you, and sharing your story might just spark someone else to do the same. Be the change, inspire the change. Thank you all for being part of this beautiful, hopeful, and incredibly impactful experience. Your energy and commitment are truly inspiring. Let's carry these pledges with us, not just today, but every single day. Together, we can build the future we dream of. Let this be the start of something truly transformative. Thank you for your attention and your amazing participation. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just the beginning. And don't forget, the future is green. Let's make it a vibrant reality together. Thank you, everyone. We will pass it to Nadia and Kimi.
All right, thank you so much, Nilasni and Erin, for the engaging session. So before we move on to our closing remarks, we'd first like to get back to SMK Kathari to present their data. Yes. Okay.
Thank you for giving us chance to talk about our project once more. We would like to focus your attention to the water in our project. So we activated the heterophic bacteria in our water to process the waste from the pond and absorb the carbon, so it releases the oxygen. Next, I would like also to explain about our magnetic pump and how it operates. So the operation of our magnetic pump starts from the magnet in the same post, generates a repelling force that enables natural movement, which is also called auto-rebound. And with that, it can generate a pressure in the water chamber. There's also a check ball valve in the pump to control water so that it can only flow in a one-way direction. The water cylinder also creates the main pressure chamber to push the water outward. This movement can also draw in and push out water just like a pump. And I would like to mention about the design of our magnetic pump, which is an S-shaped design that is 4.5 foot height difference from the hydroponic tank. This is to allow gravity and water pressure to push incoming water, which then displaces the existing water in the pump tube, creating a continuous outflow. Next, I would like to tell more on the check valve. The check valve allows water to flow only in one direction, as I said earlier. How it acts is like an automatic gate, ensuring that each pump stroke pushes water forward without losing any pressure. Magnetic force pushes the water. The ball inside the valve lifts, allowing water to flow forward. And when pressure is decreased, the ball will drop and seal the hole, preventing backflow. And we also would like to add on to the question whether our project will go big or no. So we like to emphasize that our project is 100% organic, no chemical use in our project, which makes our fishes and vegetables that we sell are safe to consume. Not only our project is helping the environment, but it also helps the whole community. That's all for me. Is there any more questions? Thank you very much for listening about our school project. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, SMK Kathari. So as we come to the end of Ecoshare S02 Climate Change 2025, we want to thank everyone from our speakers to our schools and participants for making this webinar meaningful. And before we conclude our event for today, we'd like to take a group photo. Therefore, can everyone please switch on your cameras and smile?
Smile.
Wait. All right, everyone, please switch on your cameras and smile.
I will take the shot. So I'm just gonna timekeeper Siraman. Alright. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, another one. Maybe freestyle. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think that's all. Okay, MC.
All right. Remember, climate change doesn't wait. Whether you're a student, a teacher, or just someone who cares, your actions matter. Keep sharing, keep pushing, and keep changing the world.
We hope you leave today feeling inspired and empowered. Until next time, stay safe and stay sustainable.
Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. I was gonna